Lady, and now recognize another California member of the panel, Mr. Denham.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for once again being willing to discuss this issue. When I was first appointed to this committee, this is one of the issues that I talked to you about and asked you to come to Fresno and take a look at our transportation needs. You did that, as well as holding a field hearing. And I also want to thank Chairman Schuster, who chairs the Rail Committee, also willing to do the same, coming to Fresno, seeing our local needs, seeing our farming situation, seeing the high volume of traffic that we have coming in out of our ag community. So thank you both for holding this hearing, as well as previous times that we've held things within my district. I believe in a balanced approach to transportation. We have to have a highway bill. We need to improve our highway as well as our goods movement. We need to improve rail, as well as look towards the future of high-speed rail. Ms. Brown, I will correct you that there are Republicans that vote for high-speed rail. I was one of them. The bill went through the House, went through the State Assembly, came over to the State Senate, and had 26 votes, needed 27. And there are some of you in this room that reassured me time and time again that if I was that 27th vote to get the bond on the ballot, that we would have safeguards in place, no ongoing subsidies. The project would be fully funded with guaranteed funding. We would also have guaranteed investors, which aren't here today. And lastly, and most importantly for me, the final thing was to make sure that farmers, our number one industry in the Central Valley, would be protected. Now we're in a situation where the LAO has come out and said the bonds would not be sold. I want to make sure that that doesn't happen if those reassurances aren't met. So I'd like to put a few things up here on the screen right now, dealing with Prop 1A, the $9.95 billion that California voters are now on the hook for. Starts off with the plan shall include. Part A, a usable segment. The initial segment right now that we're talking about is North Fresno to South Fresno, $5.2 billion, $3.3 coming out of the stimulus package that was supposed to be shovel-ready projects, $1.9 billion coming from Prop 1A, which is yet to be sold. The operating segment, which is the real segment, is actually $30 billion without any guaranteed funding. Part C talks about the plan shall include full cost of constructing a usable segment, which again is $30 billion. Last week we had Secretary LaHood here talking about the costs. That was one of the things was I wanted to see a guaranteed funding. He was unable to not only present that to me, but his quote was, the costs are today's costs. The $98.5 billion that is projected today are today's costs, and those costs could continue to change. That is his quote. Next slide. The sources of all funds to be invested in the corridor for the usable segment. Again, we are talking about $9.95 billion, the $3.6 billion that came out of the stimulus package for shovel-ready projects 3 years ago. Still no shovels in the ground. That leaves $83 billion missing. Where are the private investors to pick up that cost? Now, if the president is worried about guaranteeing the $53 billion over the next 6 years, which he has in his package, that has to come through Congress as an appropriation. H, the corridor for the usable segment thereof would be suitable and ready for high-speed train operation. Again, the construction segment would not be suitable for high speed. And K, the authority has completed all necessary project level environmental clearances. Is the president willing to waive NEPA? Is the governor ready to waive CEQA? And are there any environmental processes already cleared? They have not. And finally, prior to committing any proceeds of the bonds described, we have to have identified sources, private parties, other assurances received from government agencies which haven't yet arrived.
Thank the gentleman, and I guess the last member of the California delegation on our panel, Ms. Richardson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I had an interesting experience